Such, my lord. We read it on record in terms of what conviction was it.
Manje ke icala leli lakwaNongoma ke kwakuyimaphi amacala abebethweswa wona ke lapho abantu babeboshelwe lelo cala kwakubulala ikhona futhi ke neibham na futhi ke uma ke selahlwa ke icala kukhulunywa ngako lokho sasikufundile ke khona la enkantolo noma sakhuluma ngako la enkantolo.
Now earlier, and I believe it was under the cross-examination by my learned colleague, Advocate Mugomezulu. He produced Exhibit VV, that is a screenshot of the case administration system of the police. And I remember you even queried how that was sought and established and found, because that was not proper disclosure. Remember that Exhibit VV?
I do remember the screenshot, my lord.
Uyakhumbula ke uMr Mgomezulu ekhipha lana ke exhibit uVV indlela ke noma ke yasemaphoyiseni leso screenshot yebo ngiyakhumbula eveza lokho.
And that Exhibit VV is the Nongoma CAS 16310 of 2018. And I was trying to borrow from my learned colleague so that we can use that, because my instructions are that this 16310 of 2018 related to a possession of firearm regarding Tiniselani Buthelezi, and he was the sole accused person in that matter. There's no matter charges related to that docket 16310 of 2018.
No, but my lord, we read the conviction document certified by the High Court in Pietermaritzburg, and there is a matter conviction there.
Futhi ke lelo noma ke icala leli ke labaNongoma u16310 of 2018 lamayelana ke nokutholakala nesibhamu akukho la ukukhuluma khona ke ngokubulala, kodwa ke kosenkantolo lana kule nkantolo safunda ke isinqumo senkantolo ke noma inkantolo ephakeme yasePietermaritzburg kuyakhulunywa ke lapho noma lavela ke icala lokubulala.
And the accused in that matter, my lord, the convict rather, was convicted on a number of charges, not just possession of a firearm in murder. There's a couple of ammunition, but it was a number of charges that he was convicted for.
Nokuthi ke lowo owalahlwa icala ke noma lowo owayemsolwa ke lapho akusilona nje kuphela ke icala lo lesibhamu noma leibhamu noma elokubulala, amacala amaningi ke alahlwa yiwona enkantolo.
I've asked my learned colleague to give you his docket so that you can read Exhibit VV on record regarding the nature of the charge and the person that was convicted therein.
Yes, I can see this, my lord.
Ngiyabona ke lokhu engikunikwayo.
This screenshot, my lord, only relates to a guilty conviction of 15 years, and it's a screenshot. I don't even know the authenticity of this document. This is why I had reservation in terms of how it was. I even went to an extent to say to Mr. Mgomezulu, if such is requested from us, we will make sure that we provide it to the defense freely and voluntarily, because they're entitled to it. The document that I obtained, that is in the docket, my lord, that is certified by the High Court, which is authentic, because I confirmed with the IO and the prosecutor that was dealing with that matter. The sentences for the conviction are much higher than 15 years, and it's a number of charges, my lord. If that needs to be confirmed, I can try and get that document again, and then we can deal with it on Monday. So because I left to speak to Sergeant Mukhani.
Sorry, wasn't it tended in?
Yes.
It was, isn't it?
Yes.
I saw it, and then, as I recall, that gentleman, although he was the only one convicted for that offense, you, as you said, your cold case investigations determined that there were other accused who had to be arrested in respect of that very conviction.
Indeed.
That's how I recall it anyway.
Lana ke screenshot lesi
That is correct, my lord.
esikhuluma ke ngo15 years kuphela ke ingakho bengishilo ke ukuthi angazi noma ukuthi qhamuka kuphi ke lokho, kodwa mina ke enginakho ke khuluma ke ngamacala amaningi ke kanye futhi ke manje benkantolo isho ke ukuthi nanoma njena kulona kuphela owalahlwa icala, kodwa ke babe khona ke nabanye abasola kulelo cala, futhi ke isigwebo iminyaka ke ayithola ke lapho miningi ngaphezulu kwalo 15 years obhaliwe laphayana. Uma kuukuthi ke abameli bayafuna ke singabatholela-ke leyo mininingwane leyo ngoba ngakhuluma naye-ke owayiphenya lelo cala kanye nomshushisi wenkantolo ephakeme yase-Pietermaritzburg.
My Lord,
Yeah.
let me proceed whilst
No, fine.
the relevant exhibit is being obtained.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And now you also mentioned, Brigadier, that a certain Simpiwe, I think Buthelezi, made a statement implicating accused number 2 in particular. Is that correct?
Yes, but so yes, that's correct. But the correct context is that insofar as the Wanongoma case. Yes, that's what I've said.
Ukhulumile-ke ngoSimphiwe Buthelezi usho-ke ukuthi-ke naye-ke esho ukuthi-ke umsolo wesibili-ke naye-ke wembandakanyeka yebo, kodwa-ke angikusho ukuthi lokho ekhuluma ngayo-ke ngecala lakwaNongoma.
And it is the same Sipho Buthelezi, my lord, that I said also implicated accused 3 and 4 insofar as this case is concerned when I took a statement. But if you go to the statement that he made to Wanongoma case, he says a lot and he also covers this matter. So I don't want to be ahead of your questions.
Futhi-ke uyena-ke lo Simphiwe Buthelezi engikhulumile ngaye ngaphambilini-ke ngithi-ke yena-ke efaka-ke umsolo wesithathu kanye nowesine kulona-ke le cala leli, kodwa-ke futhi-ke uma-ke kwistatement sakhe asenzile-ke kulela icala lakwaNongoma kuningi-ke akushilo-ke lapho ekhuluma nangalo le cala leli.
When did Simpiwe Buthelezi make a statement? Let's start first in the Nongoma case 16310 of 2018, implicating the involvement of accused number 2.
My lord, it was taken by Sergeant Mohana. Again, I left to, because I gave that docket afterwards for him to carry on with the investigation of all other dockets. So that is a date I can get for you or get a copy for you on Monday.
Yes.
But it was commissioned by Sergeant Mohane, and I think it was around that time, either before he was arrested, but around that time, just around the time of June 2020, my recollection. I just don't recall the exact date, my lord.
Kungafanele ngiyobheka-ke ukuthi-ke uSimphiwe Buthelezi lona-ke usho nini-ke noma ukhuluma nini-ke la afaka khona umsolo wesibili nanjengoba bengishilo-ke ukuthi-ke idokodo lelo engalidlulisela kuyena-ke uSergeant Mohane kuzofanele ngiyobheka-ke kodwa kusona nje leso sikhathi eduze-ke sokuthi nokuboshwa kwakhe ngayo uJune 2020.
And the statement regarding what you say, he implicated the other accused persons now on 16310 of 2014, the Phosphorus matter.
Yes, that one is here, my lord. So I'll just have to find the correct index and see when it was commissioned. It was taken by me, so I'll just have to find it, my lord. The court can bear with me. This one in suffice docket 636 of 10/2014, my lord, it was commissioned on the 4th of July 2020, 04 July 2020. It was commissioned by me, my lord.
2020.
Yes.
Le statement-ke le uthi kusona-ke la uthi khona-ke uSimphiwe Buthelezi-ke ukhuluma ngabanye abasolwa-ke mayelana naleli cala u-63610 of 2014 kwakungeyi-4 zika-July 2020 futhi yimina-ke umuntu owayesicommission.
And that Simpiwe Buthelezi, is he still alive or is he a deceased person? Do you know?
I know he's deceased. It was brought up here by Mr. Mgomezulu during the cross-examination, my lord. But I can confirm that he is deceased indeed.
Ngiyazi-ke ukuthi uSimphiwe Buthelezi usewashona-ke into leyo-ke eyaqinisekiswa-ke uyena-ke uMr. Mgomezulu, kodwa nami-ke ngakusho-ke ukuthi-ke akasekho emhlabeni.
Now, accused number 2 will should the need arise, tell this court that he does not know this Simpiwe Buthelezi. He does not know Teniselani Buthelezi. He does not even know the Constable Zungu that testified in this case.
No, but he'll be misleading, my lord. If you look at his confession that he made to the magistrate, he mentions that as they were moving at some stage with one Polo Vivo, and I can quote it verbatim if you want us to go there. They met another Polo Vivo and Simpiwe. He mentions the name Simpiwe. Spoke to some of the accused. They mention him by name in that, and I can get to it quickly if you want.
Now we'll go to that. I'm just putting the version.
So wesibili ke uma ithuba likhona-ke noma uma isidingo sikhona-ke uzosho-ke ukuthi-ke uSimphiwe Buthelezi Qiniselani Buthelezi kanye naye-ke uConstable Zungu owethula ubufakazi lana kule nkantolo akabazi. Uma esho lokho-ke kuzoba-ke kuwukuthi-ke uyakhohlisa-ke lapho ngoba-ke kwistatimende sakhe-ke asenza-ke lesi asenza phambi kwayo-ke imantshi uyasho ukuthi-ke babehamba ngePolo Vivo base behlangana nenye iPolo Vivo uzambize ngegama-ke futhi athi uSimphiwe wakhuluma nabanye babasola.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just want to make one correction. I took an instruction during the short adjournment. Accused number 2 will say he knows Gwabeni, but he didn't know him as Sfiso Zungu. He does not know the name Sfiso. He only knows him as Gwabeni. And earlier on I put a proposition to you that he doesn't know him.
No, I understood, my lord.
Ngifuna nje ukuthi-ke ngilungise lokhu-ke ngikhulumile nomsolwa-ke ukuthi-ke uyamazi-ke uGwabeni ebengazi-ke ukuthi-ke igama lakhe uSifiso Zungu. Mina-ke nanjengommeli wakhe ngithe kuwena-ke akamazi kodwa yena-ke uthi uyamazi uGwabeni. And
mention was made, I don't believe you did, you may have, but particularly Sergeant Mohani, that also at Fostoras, accused number 2 had a matter of possession or dealing in drugs, a 534 docket, I don't know the rest of the case number, that was raised together with when we raised issue about the 163 matter, that they be brought to court. And we were informed that that docket was taken to, I believe, the DPP for decision or the SPP, and it had never returned. Do you know anything about that?
I know insofar as that part is concerned, my lord, but so I know the part that it was taken and it never returned, because I inquired when I was given a directive by the state advocate to collect, to bring the phosphorus, the Nongoma docket together with this docket. It's part of the instruction I was given to collect. Now, I am aware that the second docket of phosphorus, which has to do with drugs, drug-related, was taken and it seems it's missing, my lord, because it's nowhere to be found. That is insofar as I know. And I do know that on that specific day, based on what I was briefed by Sergeant Mohani, not that I laid that evidence, that one, it was to place him on this matter, this is Nongoma case, as in transit, so that he gets transferred, but also add him on this case of the drugs. But that's the briefing I got, so I'm aware insofar as what I'm telling this court, my lord.
Kune dokodoke u534 la khona-ke ayetheswa icala leyidakamizwa-ke umsolwa kuthiwa lelo cala so lelo dokodoke lahanjiswa-ke ukuthi-ke abashushisi bathathe isinqumo kodwa-ke alibuyanga-ke. Yebo, ngiyakwazi-ke lokho uma kufika-ke lapho-ke ukuthi-ke impela-ke idokotela lelo lahanjiswa-ke kodwa-ke ukuthi libuye alibuyanga nangenkathi-ke sengibrifa-ke uyena-ke uSergeant Mohani futhi-ke nomshushisi-ke engicela-ke ukuthi manje sekufanele-ke lelo dokotela lelo lihlanganiswe-ke naleli lakwaNongoma. Ngiyazi-ke mayelana nalokho ukuthi alikaze libuye.
Yes.
Now, as stated, accused number 2 will state that he has never resided in the Fostoras area. He was first residing from 2009 to 2016 in Carltonville, where he worked at Sibanye. Thereafter, from 2017 onwards, he worked in Rustenburg, where he worked until he was arrested. So he does not know anything about that drugs case, the 534 that was mentioned by Mohani, and he denies any involvement and any knowledge of that matter.
My lord, like I said, that Sergeant Mohani, I think, will be in a better position to deal with that aspect, my lord.
Umsolo wesibili-ke akushoyo ukuthi-ke akakaze ahlale eFostoras, akazi lutho-ke mayelana nalelo cala-ke lokuthi-ke wathola-ke neyidakamizwa lelo lase-Fostoras, nokuthi kusuka ngayo-ke u-2009 kwayofika-ke ngo-2016 wayehlala eCarltonville, kusuka-ke ngo-2017 kwayofika-ke ngesikhathi la aboshwa khona-ke wayehlala eRustenburg. Akazi lutho-ke ngalokho. Lokho-ke ungafanele-ke noma-ke umuntu osengaphendla kangcono-ke lapho uyena uSergeant Mohani.
And as stated regarding the Nongoma case 16310 of 2014, he says for the first time he heard about that matter was here in this court.
163/10/2018.
163 of 10/2018, the Nongoma case. He heard for the first time about that matter here when Sergeant Mohane testified about it. He does not have any knowledge thereof, and he denies any involvement regarding that matter.
My Lord, like I said, I was not there when he was approached. All I can confirm is that the processing position when he was detained at Pretoria North, he was processed under Wanongoma 163 of 10/2018 accordingly, because you can't just keep a person without indicating what is he detained for. The case that is reflecting there, it's Wanongoma 163 of 10/2018, when he was given the notice of rights where he signed for receiving such nights, because the deponent signed, and that signature looks similar to the ones that are attached on the confession. He signed, and the case that is reflected there, it's still Wanongoma case 163 of 10/2018, my Lord.
Msolo wesibili ke uthi ke malana ke neqala leli ke lakwaNongoma u16310 of 2018 akazi lutho ke ngalelo qala akakazeka athweswe lelo qala lelo noma ke aboshelwe lona ke engikwaziyo ke mina ukuthi ke ePretoria North uma ngabe ke umsolo wakhe waye lapho nokuthi futhi ke ebhalwa ke noma ke eprocesswa ke kuzona incwadi ke zalapho naye ke futhi esayinayo noma ke isignature ke elapho efanayo ke naleya ekuyona ke iconfession ila asayina khona ke futhi esayina ke futhi kubhale lona iqala leliya lakwaNongoma u16310 of 2018.
And you had stated that when you approached Colonel Zungu, he told you that, or you had knowledge that his name was coming up, that he was present at the Basotho hostel on the 26th of 10/2014, correct?
Yes, but I suppose you mean Constable Zungu. I understand you.
Constable Zungu, yes.
Yes, absolutely, that's correct, my Lord.
Uma ngabe usuyohlangana naye ke noma ukhuluma naye ke uConstable Zungu nanjengoba ushilo ke noma ke ushilo ke ukuthi wasomtshela ukuthi ke manje igama lakhe liyavela ke nanjengomuntu owaye khona ke nge-26 ka-October 2014 eBasotho hostel, yebo.
And the persons that informed you that Constable Zungu was present at Basotho hostel, did they tell you that whether or not he was involved, or simply what did they tell you?
No, what I know, my Lord, specifically the two statements, Makosonke and Sifiso, they didn't implicate him, except to say he was present. It was not only him. There were a lot of sort of like homeboys. It was a day where they do this traditional dancing. My understanding of what was happening on that day, my Lord.
uMakhosonke kanye naye ke uSifiso ababekusho ke noma bengitshela khona ke ukuthi nje wayekhona ke ngalelo langa lapho uConstable Zungu noma kwakuhlangene ke abafana ke babuya khona ke emakhaya ukuthi ke kwaku usinwa ke noma ke kucula ingoma ke ngalelo langa lelo babengathi wayeyingcenye ke yalokho kwenze kodwa babengitshela nje ukuthi wayekhona.
All right, Brigadier. Now let's move on to a different aspect altogether, which is now you have done your investigations. Accused 2 is in custody. Come October, you then approach the court in Boksburg, I believe, and you apply for a J50 warrant for him and the other accused persons before court, right?
Correct, my Lord.
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi manje kuphenyiswe lenziwe ke ngase ngiya ke enkantolo noma kwango-October ke ngaye enkantolo ngiyokwenza ke isicelo ke sale ncwadi ke phecelezi bathi i-J50 noma ke incwadi egunyazisa ukuboshwa kwakhe umsolo kanye nabanye ke abaphambi kwenkantolo.
Yes, but the proper sequence of how we got there, my Lord. First, the memorandum was prepared, then it was directed to the DPP to say this is the evidence, this is now prior to the court and the applications of the warrants. And then we, after the presentation, then an indictment, an instruction from the DPP came to say the following people must be indicted, and that is accused number 1 up to 5. Subsequent to that directive, that indictment, my Lord, that's when I applied. So the first directive to say accused 1 to 5 must be charged and must come and account for this offense came from the DPP.
kodwa-ke okwenzeka uma ngizokusho-ke ngokulandelana kwakho ukuthi-ke kwaqale kwabhalwa kwanencwadi-ke noma mphecelezi-ke lokubhalwa ngokuthi-ke i-memorandum eyase indluliselwa-ke kulabo abaphethe abashushisi ihhovisi labo i-DPP. Emuva kwalokho-ke ila manje sekuthathwa isinqumo khona-ke ukuthi naba-ke abasolwa-ke phecelezi-ke indictment ekufanele manje-ke bathweswe amacala futhi babe sebeyavela-ke phambi kwenkantolo. Kwangaphambi lokho kwenzeka phambi kokuthi-ke kulandele incwadi lena-ke manje noma isicelo lesi se-J50.
And in support of the application for the Section 43 warrant, you then deposed to a supporting affidavits indexed A284, I think ABC.
What is the index number?
A284.
284.
Yes.
Get to the index number.
Is that the affidavit that you deposed in support of the respective J50 applications for the accused persons before court?
No. This one, my lord, is dated 2024-0403. My application was made in 2020, so I'm looking at the date stamp. So this would be an application, I think, for some applications of 205. The application for J50s was made in October 2020. So I see the date here, like the date on the first page is 2024-0403. So it's not the right application, my lord.
Akusona-ke lesi sicelo ngikhuluma ngaso ngoba-ke lana istempu-ke idate u-2024-0403 kusho ukuthi ngangenza esinye-ke isicelo lesi sicelo ngikhuluma ngaso-ke sencwadi egunyazisa ukuboshwa kwabasolwa kwakungo-October ka-2020.
Sorry, Brigadier, I may have taken the wrong affidavits. I think if you look at your index and assist me if you can.
Yes. I think let me try and do
the
it.
affidavits in support of
The J50s.
The J50s.
Yes, let me try and do it. Yes, this copy is correct.
Is that
Yona-ke i-copy lena.
Yes,
Yes.
It's one A198.
A198. Yes.
And that affidavit, Brigadier, before we go into the contents, was it in respect for the application for all the accused persons, J50s?
Yes.
Okay.
I've indicated from accused 1, their names are mentioned, 4.1 up to 4.5.
Amagama-ke abhaliwe laba ukuthi-ke baku isicelo sokuthi kuboshwe-ke abo baningi amagama-ke abhaliwe ku-4.1 kufika-ke ku-4.5.
With leave of the court, my lord, because I'm going to ask questions emanating from this A198 from the Brigadier. I beg leave that he reads the contents of the affidavit on record.
Okay, my lord. So it reads as follows, my lord.
How many pages is it?
8 pages.
8.
Yes, 8 pages long.
Why don't you hand it up that? Exhibit what? Mr. Baloi, I recall that document was handed in.
I'm just checking. I know it was read into the report.
It was read into the... It was read by Mr. Gomezu.
Correct, my lord.
My lord, to make it easier so that I can...
No, I'm going to adjourn so that you can read the record. Because I remember Mr. Gomezu read that and actually made submissions that it's unlawful, etc., etc.
Okay.
Yes, it was, my lord. I do.
Hello?
Yes, it was. I agree, my lord.
Yeah.
We've got Exhibit ZZ.
Exhibit?
ZZ statement by Brigadier Gininda dated 23 October 2020.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes, it's Exhibit ZZ.
Okay, let me adjourn so that you
Yes.
guys
Yes.
read it.
Yeah. Thank you, my lord.
Because
Yes, I don't think...
they'll be surprised that every time counsel stands up, he reads the same affidavit, then thereafter it's Mr. Nisi, thereafter it's you, etc., etc.
Yeah, even on the day, my lord, I
Hello?
believe when Mr. Ngomezulu was...
Yeah, maybe you were not
I
here.
was not present. I
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
agree.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so how long do you need to read it? Even you, Brigadier.
My
Me,
lord, let me come in because the general consensus, and we had sought to agree with the court later, was that we adjourn at 1 today. Both Mr. Jonas, the Brigadier, and my colleagues, we had agreed that we adjourn at 1 today. Perhaps we could adjourn for the day and come on Monday.
What's the
it's
reason for
already
adjourning
past-
at 1 o'clock?
It's already past 12 now. I'm not sure. It's already 20 past 12.
20 past 12.
Yes. So rather than the court comes at 1 and then we adjourn, so we rather adjourn for the day.
Okay, is it by consensus that you adjourn at 1? I mean, yeah, or whatever.
The only dissenting voice always will be the good Dr. Manit.
You want to start cross-examining on that affidavit. That's why I was saying, let me adjourn, you read it. I take it you have read it. Because
No,
the
no, my lord.
Brigadier must have read it also.
I haven't read it, my lord.
Oh, you haven't read it.
I
Okay,
got the
fine.
wrong affidavit
Oh, okay,
in
fine.
support of a different application. I have read these ones, my lord.
So what do you suggest?
Well, time is becoming of the essence now. We before we adjourn, my lord, we just want to place something on record, but perhaps we can adjourn and let's discuss the way forward regarding this affidavit, and we can then resume afterwards.
What's the time you said?
It's 21 past 12.
And it's you say it's 7 pages.
8 pages.
8 pages.
Yeah.
Let me adjourn for 10 minutes and then read it and then you'll tell me what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay.